Okay, so welcome back. So we are digging in to kind of talk a little deeper on what like KW 2.0, KW Command, all of these products of technology that we have rolling out for you as a Keller Williams agent, what it really means. And so what I want you to remember this phrase is the end-to-end user experience or customer experience. Now, for those of you that are an Apple user out there, you already know what an end-to-end consumer experience already is, because when Apple came back, when Steve Jobs returned to Apple and kind of reinvented the company and relaunched the company after he'd been fired from that company, what he set out to do was to create an end-to-end user experience for their customers. So for example, what that means for all of us that are Apple users, because I am as well, is my iPhone, my iPad, my Apple Watch, my MacBook computer, all of these devices talk to each other and they communicate to each other. But why do they communicate to each other? It's because they're all connected to the cloud where all my information and all my data is stored. So no matter what happens, if I go buy a new MacBook tomorrow, if I use a different iPad or iPhone or whatever the case is, they're interchangeable, but no matter what, they're all in communication and synced with one another. So now my desire to do business with Apple is strong because if I wanted to purchase something made by Samsung, for example, it offsets the whole environment that not only I'm connected to, but my entire family now is connected to through all of our devices. So that end-to-end consumer experience that Apple provides me as a consumer, provides you as a consumer, makes things simple and easy for all of us. Most importantly, it does, from a business standpoint, it keeps me and my family tied to Apple. Now think about that. For your business, what is our goal with our clients? Our goal with our clients is to keep them tied to us, right? So essentially what Keller Williams is working to build for you is that you have the ability to become the Apple for your clients, where they need to come to you for the full end-to-end user experience. Now, I'm going to dig in online, so bear with me a little bit. I want to explain what's happening a little bit from the online standpoint. V stands for voyeur, okay? And right now, a voyeur's online, I'm just looking at things. I'm just eyeballing stuff. So if you take current home search programs, Zillow, Realtor, Homes.com, etc., wherever people are looking, maybe your own personal website, they just look at information, but we don't really know what to do with it. It's just something they can see, but we're not doing anything with what they're looking at. The next step to that is actual search. With search, they're typing in criteria. They're creating filters, looking for a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, 3,000 square foot home in South Lake, Texas. That's search, and right now, this right here is where we all are, okay? Meaning all search platforms, your website currently that you have, or that's actually hosted by somebody else, your IDX, the MLS, Realtor.com, it's all in these spaces right here. Where we're moving to, and again, going back to what Amazon, Netflix, those kind of companies are providing as the consumer experience, is the next phase. The next phase of this is consideration. And consideration is, it allows the consumer to slow down and participate and engage a little deeper. So like one of our options, for example, like using in your own KW app, part of consideration is Keller Mortgage. Why is it consideration? Is because it goes beyond, it leads a customer one step beyond just searching for a property. It takes them into initiating the mortgage process. Considerations become very important in the real estate world. For example, Quicken Loans has become the largest lender. They surpassed Wells Fargo at the end of last year as the largest lender in the United States. How do you access Quicken Loans to learn more about a mortgage? You do it online. So this is the consideration phase right here. Then from the consideration phase, excuse me, that doesn't go there. Consideration phase, now we have what we call the close. The close is what takes action. That's when there's an actionable item that takes place. There's movement. I add something to a cart. I go to purchase something. I get to the point to where I know I actually want the product, and I'm clicking on and making decisions that indicate that I actually want something. Close would even be online here. I might want to further speak to an agent and interact and show a property and see a property. That's what happens from this phase. And then the very last one, ownership. Now see what happens is on a line standpoint, we want to go from here and we're trying to get to this point with our clients right now. The difference is right now we're interacting with them personally, but more and more the consumer wants to work through this process on their own online. Now they need us, don't get me wrong, but this right here is where technology companies are trying to figure out how to bypass the agent and go direct to the consumer to take them from here to here. Well, you guys, you know well as I do, they need us to get them through this process. However, what we have to be the receptacle for, the contributor for, whatever the word might be, is we have to be the person who leads them through this online. So they're interacting with us and interacting with us who we are online to get them to this point. This is the need of the consumer and what the consumer's looking for. It's what we've got to deliver to them and make sure we provide. For those of you who know that have been around for a while, in all history, if you don't meet the demand of the generation, specifically the future generation, then it's a matter of time before that future generation leaves you behind. So we want to make sure that we are staying at the forefront of meeting this next generation's needs because they represent over 40% of our buyers currently. So this is where we're working towards. It's what Keller Williams is working to build for you to enhance their experience so they stay connected and tied to you to walk them through this entire process. We're going to dig in a little deeper and talk more about the specifics of what we see coming and what Gary's been talking about and stirring up the whole internet about. Stick around.